Okay, we're going to go to Acts the 20th chapter. In the 6th verse, you'll see that Paul was still dealing with the Feast of Unleavened Bread also. Acts 20 and 6, it says, "And he sailed away from Philippi after the days of unleavened bread, and came unto them to Troas in 5 days, where we abode 7 days." But you see, he sailed away from Philippi after the days of unleavened bread. You see, those 7 days of unleavened bread, the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. Those 7 days are the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Well, we don't have, any leaven amongst us. We don't eat any leaven. Got to get rid of all the leaven in your home. And you eat unleavened bread every day for 7 days. Go back to Exodus 12, 14, and 15. So he's still observing it like we have to observe it as we come back to our culture. As we learn it, we live it, and we apply it in our life. Verse 13. "And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are." When we put the blood around the doorpost. "And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Most High throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whomsoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel." So, like I'm telling you, in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. That's the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread on the 15th. "And in the 7th day there shall be an holy convocation to you. No matter of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, cooking the food, getting the food, that only may be done of you." You see? "Ye shall observe the Feast of Unleavened Bread," as Paul observed it. "For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever." See? So, the Feast of Unleavened Bread is on the 15th. That's the day we left. You got to keep that in mind. I got to remind you because, as time go by, we forget very easily and go back to the same traditions of men that have been taught, and you're just following whatever it is that you've been taught or looking at, trying to figure it out. Some of you just coming in, just trying to figure everything out on your own. When you had a Passover, we had it in our house. The next day, the Feast of Unleavened Bread for 7 days, that's when we was delivered. He said, "And ye shall observe the Feast of Unleavened Bread. For in this selfsame day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt." So let me ask you, did the Most High bring us out of Egypt on the Passover when he had the destroyer, the angel of the Most High, who was Hamashiach Yahushai, defined in 1 Corinthians 10th chapter? Or were we in the house on the 14th day of the first month, Abib? We were in the house. But he said we're supposed to observe our deliverance from the Egyptians on the 15th day. Because you count from the 14th, from Passover, you're going to get 8 days. See? So, these are the things that, we have to look at and come back to, so that we start to rehearse the righteous acts, man, to the best of our ability in our captivity. Look at go to Acts the 12th chapter. Start at verse 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church. The church is defined in Acts the 7th chapter, the 38th verse. It says, this is he, Acts 7:38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel which spake to him in the Mount Sinai. So the church in the wilderness representing the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel. Came out of Egyptian captivity, went into the wilderness. And with our fathers who received the lively oracles to give unto us, right? So the church are the children of Israel. So Herod stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the Israelites. We the church. Because look, go back to Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as said the prophet. He said, heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, said the Most High? Or what is the place of my rest? He said, have not my hand made all these things? Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart, in your mind, the way you think, and ears, the way you hear. You do always resist the Holy Spirit as your fathers did. So do ye. So now, going back to Acts the 12th chapter, now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church. So he stretched forth his hand to kill certain one of us Israelites. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. See? Then were the days of unleavened bread. From the 15th to the 21st of the first month of Abib. See? And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison. He put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quadrants of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Right? So, y'all think about this. Now, it was the feast of, it was then were the days of unleavened bread, right? So, we have, let me just give you an example, because this year fits perfectly with the calendar of what we did as far as keeping the feast on the 14th. But my new moon starting from the 3rd month of Esau, the 31st day, counting 14 days, it's the Passover. The next day is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So it says, then were the days of unleavened bread, right? So I'm going to show you something, because I asked this question. What president now is honoring the Passover? Which one honored the Passover? And you compared all the presidents that honored the Passover. This is the latter end of the Greco-Roman Empire right here in America, or wherever you want to go. You want to go to the Pope? You go to him. Do they honor the Passover, or do they honor Easter? Because it says, then were the days of unleavened bread. So unleavened bread is on the 15th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So within these 7 days of unleavened bread, what falls on that first day of the week? On the 17th. Passover on the 14th. What falls on the 17th? Easter. You see that? Easter. 3 days later is Easter. We have the Passover on the 5th day, which is the 14th. Then on the first day is the 17th, which is Easter, right here. I mean, that's why I say this falls right in line with how it was set up initially. But right here, during the time of Feast of Unleavened Bread, Easter falls right on that first day. What? 3 days later is Easter. Once we had a Passover, 3 days later is Easter. So, what high official, as y'all call him, celebrates the Passover and not Easter? It's not Easter, that's nothing new. They've been doing this. Representing Semiramis, fertility god. That's why they got rabbits, and do rabbits lay eggs? They got eggs, that's fertility. I mean, look, here she go. In the Unleavened Compact Bible Dictionary, I can get it. This is what they honoring on Easter. She had many names, but we're going to look at this one. See, there she is. I showed you before. That's what they honoring on Easter. That's why you got the chocolate bunny rabbit representing, see all them breasts that they have? Fertility god called Diana here. See? This is what they honoring on Easter. That's her, Diana. Semiramis, different names. Roman goddess of the moon. The moon goddess, that's why you got this crescent moon. A lot of y'all go by the crescent moon. That's her symbol. Roman goddess of the moon, identified with all these different names that she have. I got a book that that gives a lot of names that they go by. Ostera, Semiramis, a lot of different names that they go by. That's what you're dealing with. So it says in verse 4 of Acts the 12th chapter, and when he had, because remember, it's during the time of the days of a Feast of Unleavened Bread, and when he had apprehended him, Peter, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quadrants of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Right? So, why wouldn't Herod, this Gentile, wait until after their celebration of Easter to bring them forth to the people? That's what they celebrate. I'm looking for some answers. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So where are they at that's celebrating the Passover? That's the leaders of this world, superpowers of the world. Or are they celebrating Easter? You do the math. They celebrate Easter, celebrate Passover. Which one's celebrating Passover? Wait until after. Anybody caring about wait until after we do what we do? They in their own world. They're the superpower of the earth. But you see, it says, and because he saw it please the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. You see? And I just showed you. 14th is Passover. 17th is Easter. That first day of the week. So, I think we covered a lot on this. Hopefully, it was edifying. If you have any other questions, just comment, or my email is mreadyforyou@aol.com. MREADYFORYOU@aol.com, or comment in the section below. And with that, I say all praise to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I say Krum Abanawa, Most High, Krum Mashiach Yahushai, and Krum Yasharella. And I'm out. Shalom.